Imagine a quiet evening in a small town in Michigan. The air is thick with tension as parents gather in the local school board meeting. They are there to discuss pressing issues concerning their children's education, curriculum changes, budget cuts, and safety concerns. Among them is Janet Cleaves, a devoted mother and community member known for her strong faith and commitment to her beliefs. Janet had always believed in the power of prayer. She felt it could bring people together, provide comfort, and guide them through difficult times. So, when she entered the school board room that night, she had one thing on her mind: to pray for guidance and unity among the board members and parents. As the meeting progressed, Janet listened intently to the concerns being raised. Parents spoke passionately about their worries regarding the educational system. But as the discussions grew more heated, Janet felt an overwhelming urge to speak up. She stood up, took a deep breath, and asked if she could lead a moment of prayer. The room fell silent. Some attendees nodded in agreement, while others exchanged uncomfortable glances. The school board president quickly dismissed her request, stating that it was not the appropriate time or place for prayer. Undeterred, Janet decided to go ahead anyway. She closed her eyes and began to pray aloud. What happened next was nothing short of shocking. Within moments, police officers were called to the scene. They approached Janet and asked her to leave the meeting. When she refused, believing she had every right to express her faith, they arrested her. The scene was chaotic. Some attendees were horrified that a woman could be arrested for praying, while others applauded the police's actions, believing they were upholding the separation of church and state. News of Janet's arrest spread quickly throughout the community and beyond. Local media outlets picked up the story, and soon it became a national sensation. Social media exploded with reactions. Some supported Janet's right to pray, while others condemned her actions as inappropriate for a public meeting. In the days following her arrest, Janet became a symbol of religious freedom for many. Supporters rallied around her, organizing prayer vigils and community meetings to discuss the implications of her arrest. They believed that Janet was not just standing up for herself but for everyone who felt their rights were being infringed upon. As the community rallied behind her, Janet took to social media to share her story. She expressed her belief that prayer is a fundamental right protected by the First Amendment. Her posts resonated with many who felt similarly marginalized or silenced in public spaces. The situation escalated when a prominent attorney reached out to Janet, offering to represent her pro bono in what would become a landmark case regarding prayer in public meetings. This attorney believed that Janet's case could challenge existing laws surrounding religious expression in government settings. The legal battle began, drawing attention from across the nation. Legal experts weighed in on both sides of the argument. Some argued that allowing prayer in public meetings could alienate non-religious individuals or those of different faiths, while others contended that prayer is an essential part of American culture and should be allowed in public forums. As the court date approached, tensions rose within the community. Supporters of Janet organized rallies outside the courthouse, holding signs that read "Freedom to Pray" and "Stand with Janet." Opponents also gathered, arguing for the separation of church and state. During this time, Janet became increasingly aware of the impact her actions were having on those around her. She received countless messages from people who shared their own stories of feeling silenced or oppressed because of their beliefs. This fueled her determination to continue fighting, not just for herself but for everyone who felt they did not have a voice. The courtroom was packed on the day of the hearing. Journalists filled the benches, eager to report on this unprecedented case. As Janet entered the courtroom, she felt a mix of anxiety and resolve. She knew that what happened today could set a precedent for future cases involving religious expression in public spaces. The judge presiding over the case listened intently as both sides presented their arguments. Janet's attorney argued passionately about the importance of allowing individuals to express their faith openly, especially in settings that affect their children's education. He cited historical precedents where prayer had been part of governmental proceedings without issue. On the opposing side, the school board's attorney argued that allowing prayer could create an uncomfortable environment for those who did not share the same beliefs. He emphasized the need for inclusivity in public meetings and claimed that allowing prayer would violate the principle of separation of church and state. As testimonies were heard, it became clear that this case was about more than just prayer. It was about identity, community values, and the right to express one's beliefs freely. Many community members came forward to testify about how important prayer was in their lives and how it had helped them navigate challenges. After days of deliberation, the judge finally announced his ruling. The courtroom fell silent as he delivered his decision. Janet's arrest was deemed unconstitutional because it violated her First Amendment rights. The judge ruled that individuals have the right to express their faith in public forums as long as it does not disrupt proceedings. The verdict sent shockwaves through the community. Supporters erupted in applause while opponents expressed their discontent. For Janet, it was a moment of triumph. A validation of her beliefs and an affirmation that standing up for oneself can lead to positive change. In the aftermath of the case, Janet became a prominent figure in discussions about religious freedom in America. She traveled across the country speaking at conferences and events, sharing her story and advocating for others who felt silenced. Her message resonated with many who found inspiration in her courage to stand up for what she believed in. Janet's journey also sparked broader conversations about faith in public life. Communities began re-evaluating their policies regarding prayer in public meetings and events. Some school boards implemented changes to allow moments of reflection or silent prayer at the beginning of meetings, recognizing the importance of accommodating diverse beliefs. As time passed, Janet continued her advocacy work but also focused on healing within her community. She organized events that brought people together, regardless of their beliefs, to foster understanding and respect among different perspectives. Through her journey, Janet learned valuable lessons about compassion and dialogue. She realized that while standing up for one's beliefs is essential, it is equally important to listen to others and seek common ground. Janet's story serves as a reminder that courage can inspire change and that our voices matter, no matter how small we may feel at times. It encourages us all to reflect on our own beliefs and consider how we can contribute positively to our communities. Let us remember that standing up for our beliefs can lead to profound changes, not just for ourselves but for those around us as well. If you found this story inspiring or thought-provoking, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe for more incredible stories like this one. Your support helps us continue sharing powerful narratives that resonate with our audience. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, your voice matters. Never hesitate to stand up for what you believe in. To understand the significance of Janet's case, we need to delve into the history of prayer in public schools and government meetings in the United States. The topic has been contentious since the early 1960s when landmark Supreme Court cases, such as Engel v. Vitale, 1962, ruled that state-sponsored prayer in public schools violated the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. This ruling established a precedent that aimed to separate church and state, ensuring that public institutions remain neutral regarding religious matters. However, this has led to ongoing debates about where the line should be drawn. Many argue that this separation infringes on personal freedoms and the right to express one's faith in public spaces, while others believe it is essential to maintain inclusivity and respect for diverse beliefs. As Janet's story gained traction, many individuals from her community began to share their experiences with faith in public spaces. One local teacher, Mr. Thompson, recounted how he felt compelled to pray silently before entering his classroom each day, seeking guidance and strength. He expressed his frustration at feeling that he had to hide this part of himself in a place where he spent so much time. Another parent, Maria Gonzalez, shared her experience of being told to refrain from discussing her faith during school events. She explained how her children often felt confused about why they couldn't express their beliefs openly while surrounded by peers who shared similar values. These testimonials highlighted a common thread: many individuals felt marginalized or silenced due to their beliefs, creating a sense of division within the community. As the legal battle unfolded, experts weighed in on the implications of Janet's case. Constitutional law professor Dr. Emily Carter provided insight into the complexities surrounding First Amendment rights. She explained that while the government must remain neutral in religious matters, individuals still have the right to express their beliefs. Dr. Carter emphasized that cases like Janet's could serve as a litmus test for how courts interpret religious expression in public settings moving forward. This case isn't just about one woman's right to pray, it's about how we define freedom of expression in a diverse society, she noted during an interview. In the weeks following the verdict, the community remained divided. Supporters of Janet organized prayer vigils, holding signs that read "Freedom to Pray" and "Faith Matters." They believed that Janet's actions had sparked a necessary conversation about faith's role in public life. On the other hand, opponents voiced concerns about the implications of allowing prayer in public meetings. They argued that it could alienate those who did not share the same beliefs, potentially leading to a slippery slope where one religion could dominate others. Local leaders called for dialogue between both sides, urging community members to engage in respectful conversations about their differing perspectives. Town hall meetings were organized, allowing residents to express their views and seek common ground. Empowered by her victory, Janet began a new chapter as an advocate for religious freedom. She traveled across the country, speaking at conferences and workshops focused on faith and public life. Her message resonated with many who felt similarly marginalized. During one event in Texas, she shared her story with a packed audience. "We all have a voice," she declared passionately. "It's time we use it, not just for ourselves but for those who feel they cannot speak up." Janet also collaborated with legal organizations dedicated to protecting religious freedoms. Together, they developed resources for individuals facing similar challenges, providing guidance on how to navigate complex legal landscapes while advocating for their rights. Janet's journey sparked broader discussions about faith in public life. Many began to reevaluate their own beliefs and consider how they could express them without infringing on others' rights. Interfaith dialogues emerged, where individuals from different backgrounds came together to share their experiences and foster understanding. One notable event was an interfaith panel discussion held at a local university. Leaders from various religious backgrounds participated, discussing the importance of respecting diverse beliefs while finding ways to coexist peacefully in public spaces. As part of her advocacy work, Janet sought out interviews with experts in religious freedom and constitutional law. Dr. Samuel Green, a renowned religious rights attorney, explained the broader implications of Janet's case. "What we're witnessing is a pivotal moment in American society," he stated during an interview. "As our nation becomes increasingly diverse, we must find ways to honor individual beliefs while maintaining a commitment to inclusivity." Dr. Green emphasized that cases like Janet's could set important precedents for future generations. "It's crucial that we recognize the value of dialogue and mutual respect as we navigate these complex issues," he added. Janet's story resonated beyond her hometown. It sparked discussions across the nation about religious expression in public life. News outlets featured her case prominently, prompting debates on talk shows and social media platforms. As communities grappled with the implications of Janet's case, many began to reconsider their policies regarding prayer and religious expression in public settings. Some school boards implemented changes to allow moments of reflection or silent prayer at the beginning of meetings, recognizing the importance of accommodating diverse beliefs. Through her journey, Janet Cleaves became more than just a local figure. She transformed into a symbol of resilience and advocacy for religious freedom. Her story serves as a reminder that standing up for one's beliefs can inspire change, not just for oneself but for countless others who may feel voiceless. As we reflect on Janet's experience, let us remember that our voices matter. Whether we share similar beliefs or come from different backgrounds, fostering understanding and respect is essential in our diverse society. If you found this story inspiring or thought-provoking, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe for more incredible stories like this one. Your support helps us continue sharing powerful narratives that resonate with our audience. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, your voice matters. Never hesitate to stand up for what you believe in.